Are you thinking of taking Social Security at age 62? Well, I'm going to give you 7 reasons why this could be a big mistake. Now, you want to stay for reason number 1 because I think it's going to give you a pause, because taking Social Security at 62 may not be such a good idea. So let's get right into it. So what I want to do is walk you through the 7 reasons why taking Social Security at the first eligible age, which is 62, may not be such a good idea. And then I'm going to give you reasons why there may be some exceptions where when you take it at 62, it may make sense. And then I'm going to give you other factors to consider before making this big decision that is going to be life-changing. So I am going to explain it, and then you're going to decide whether doing this is going to be a good idea. If you're new to this channel, I want to urge you to hit the subscribe button and the notification button, because all we do at Social Security Edge is to bring you the latest news and updates. Anything that's going to affect your benefits, we want to be the first to bring it to you. So let's get started. So why is taking Social Security at age 62 such a bad idea? Well, I'm going to walk you through 7 reasons. Reason number 1. So actually, I'm going to walk it backwards. So let's start with reason number 7. Reason number 7 is that you might outlive your retirement. Now, life expectancy has been increasing. Gone are the days when people will take Social Security at 62 and then they will die maybe 5 or 7 years later. So it made sense at the time to be able to take it early because you want to enjoy it before something that you've paid a lot of money into. You want to enjoy some of it before you die. Well, people are living longer now. There is technology, there is healthcare that allows people to live longer. So it's not inconceivable for people to be in retirement for 20 years, 25 years, even 30 years. So if you take Social Security early, you are going to deplete your retirement savings quickly, because it's Social Security by itself. It's not going to be enough for you to be able to live off of. The minimum benefit you can get is about $1,033 a year. So you're going to need other income. So if you've saved up money, like retirement, 401k, pension, you're going to go through that really quickly if your life expectancy is long and Social Security comes in early and you get a smaller benefit. So that's one of the biggest reasons, because you're going to outlive your retirement income. Well, let's look at other reasons why doing this so early may not be a good idea. So reason number 6, working longer could increase your benefit. Now, let's talk about how Social Security benefits are calculated. Basically, the government takes 35 years of earnings. So if you haven't worked 35 full years, then those years that you are missing income, they're going to put zeros in there to factor into your calculation. So think about that. If there are some years that they are putting 0, it means that the benefits you're going to get is going to be lower. So if you could work the full 35 years, you want to work 35 years because you want to avoid having certain years where you'd have no income, so they are putting 0 in that column. And that is a big deal because it's going to impact how much benefit you're going to receive. Reason number 5, cost of living adjustment. If you receive Social Security early at age 62, you're going to receive lower benefits. And so any cost of living adjustment on an already low benefit is not going to make much of a difference. So, for example, the cost of living adjustment COLA for 2024 is going to be 3.2%. So if you're already getting a low benefit, let's say you're getting, $1,500 in Social Security benefits a month, 3.2% is probably going to be about maybe $40, $35 a month increase. That is not going to be much. But if you wait longer and you're getting a larger benefit, then any cost of living adjustment that is added makes a significant difference in how much increase you're getting year to year. And if you are getting the minimum benefit, which is $1,033, 3.2% is about $30. So it's not going to be a lot of money. So waiting pays when it comes to Social Security and COLA. Now let's look at some of the average COLA for the last 20 years. Over the last 20 years, the average cost of living adjustment has been 2.6% on average. There are some years that it's been zero. 2010, 2011, 2016, it's been 0%. 2012, before the pandemic, 2020 was 1.6, 2021 was 1.3. So if you're already getting a low benefit to begin with, getting 1.3% adjustment is not going to make much of a difference if you're expecting an annual increase in your Social Security benefits. Now, there has been a push in Congress to change how COLA is calculated, because currently they use what they call the CPIW, which is the Consumer Price Index for urban workers and clerical workers. Well, the problem with using the CPIW is that urban workers and clerical workers are not on Social Security. They are not the people who are on Social Security. So why are we using an inflation index that looks at their spending habits to adjust Social Security for seniors? So there are two bills in Congress that wants to change the COLA, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index that is used for the elderly, from CPIW to CPIE, and the E stands for elderly. And this is designed to reflect the spending habits of Americans aged 62 or older, including things like prescription drugs and healthcare, which kind of consume a lot of senior income, and it's not something that is a big factor in urban and clerical workers whose CPI is being used to make income adjustments for seniors. So whether this will happen or not, we don't know. You know how it is in Congress. A lot of things are put up, a lot of bills are suggested, and they never go anywhere. So the reality is that COLA is small. The increases are tiny, 2.6% on average in the last 20 years. So if you're going to rely on that, then taking Social Security at age 62 is just going to make your situation worse. So let's move ahead and see the other reasons why you should not take Social Security at 62. You might actually create problems for your spouse. What does that mean? Well, if you're married, the decision to claim Social Security early also affects your spouse, especially if you are the one that has the higher income. So delaying Social Security can lead to higher survivor benefits for your spouse if you pass away early, because it gives them financial cushion after your death. So if you claim early at 62 and you pass away early, it really stifles your wife or your husband's benefits and really puts them in financial hardship when you're gone, because you claimed early, and so the potential benefit that they could get is reduced because you claim your benefit at 62. So that's a big deal for couples that are thinking about Social Security benefits and when to take it. Taking it at 62, especially if you are the higher income earner, has serious consequences for survivor benefits. Another reason why you should not take Social Security at age 62 is that you might run into tax issues. And here, let me explain what this means. So if you take Social Security early at 62 and you don't get enough money to live off of, you're going to then do an early withdrawal from your 401k or your IRA, because you may need money and you may go into early withdrawal in these accounts. Well, there's going to be tax consequences, because now you're going to put yourself in a higher income bracket where you add your Social Security income, and your early withdrawal from your 401k or your IRA is going to put you in a situation where up to 85%, yes, 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxable. And now, not only do you get the early withdrawal penalty from your 401k or your IRA, but now you're also paying higher taxes because you're putting yourself in a higher tax bracket. So, taking Social Security at age 62 has tax consequences also. Reason number 2, you may still like your job, and so do not feel like you are obligated at 62 because you are eligible to take Social Security to push yourself and start taking it. Because if you are physically capable of working, continuing to work past 62 may be a fulfilling option. So do not feel rushed that you have to stop working because you turn 62 and you're eligible for Social Security. Delaying taking benefits is going to grow your benefits so that when you take it later, a combination of working late means that you're earning employment income, which you can live off of way into your 60s. And then when you start taking Social Security benefits, maybe at 65, 67, you are doing it at full retirement age, especially at 67, and you're getting the maximum benefits you can get, or even at age 70 where you can even get more. So if you can work all the way up, you are relying on work income, which will probably be more than your Social Security benefits anyway. And then once you start claiming Social Security benefits at your full retirement age or older, you're going to get a larger check. So your chances of living financially secure during your retirement is increased by delaying it. Now, let's get to the first reason. Reason number one, the biggest reason why you should not claim Social Security at age 62. And this is going to give you a pause when you see the numbers. The biggest reason why claiming Social Security early is a mistake is that it reduces your benefits by 30%. Now, a lot of people think that their benefits is going to increase after their retirement age, their full retirement age. So the thinking is that if your full retirement age is 67 and you claim Social Security at 62, the false belief is that when you hit age 67, that your benefits are going to increase because you've reached full retirement age. That is not how it works. And let me explain. What happens is that the amount that you get when you start claiming Social Security at age 62 is where you're going to be. It's not going to substantially go out because you reach age, your full retirement age comes up. So for people who claim Social Security at age 62, researchers have found that on average, they lose $11,000 in benefits over a lifetime of claiming at 62. So it means that when they have looked at all the data and looked at people who have claimed Social Security at age 62 and looked at the average life expectancy of people who claimed at age 62 and how long they lived after that, how much benefit do they lose in total? On average, it was $111,000. So a smaller check can make retirement more financially challenging if you don't have enough savings. And so claiming Social Security at age 62 really puts you then at a disadvantage. So when does it pay, or when does it make sense to claim Social Security at age 62? Well, I'm going to give you some things to consider. If you have prioritized early retirement and have saved enough money that you know can support your lifestyle, then it makes sense to start taking Social Security early because you have saved enough money and you know that you're going to get a smaller check than if you have waited into your full retirement age, but you're still good because you've saved enough money through other means, through, you have pension, you have 401k, you have IRAs, you have investments, and so you feel secure that the low Social Security check you're going to get by claiming early is not going to affect your quality of life. The second thing is if you have a healthy retirement fund that, sometimes you may leave that and choose to get Social Security and just live off of Social Security and let your retirement fund grow while you're living off Social Security until you're qualified to start taking money from those retirement funds, and then that will supercharge your retirement because now you have more money to be able to spend. The third reason is financial sacrifice. Maybe you're willing to downsize. You know that when you take Social Security at age 62, you're going to get a smaller check than if you had waited till your full retirement age. However, you're willing to downsize your living situation to reduce cost so that you can live within the smaller check that you're going to get. So if that is your plan and you feel like you can make the sacrifice and move to, say, a low, cost of living area, or buy a house in an area that is, not so expensive than you have right now, or you're willing to move from a bigger house to a smaller house, or even to an apartment, Basically, if you're willing to make the financial sacrifice and you feel like retiring early is more important to you, then taking Social Security at age 62 may make sense to you. Another reason is unforeseen financial hardships. Sometimes things may happen. You may lose a job, or unexpected health issues or financial challenges may force you to an early retirement. So let's say you're working and you lose your job, or some health challenges come up, and all of a sudden you find yourself where you don't have any money, or the money you have is not cutting it, and you're close to retirement age, or you are at 62 and you feel like, you know what, getting that stability in income from Social Security is going to be a much better option for you than waiting later, because the financial challenge you're facing is so severe that maybe it's a health issue and you just need a stable income to be able to afford to live. Then it makes sense to do that. So that is another reason that makes sense when you can take Social Security at 62. Another reason is that you want to avoid depleting your savings. Now, delaying Social Security benefits allow you to grow your benefit amount, but it may require you to tap into your retirement savings to cover living expenses. So if you prefer not to dip into your retirement and want to minimize withdrawals from tax-deferred accounts like 401k, IRAs, where early withdrawals not only come with a penalty, but it also means that you're depleting your savings early. You want to leave them for them to grow. And so you would rather take Social Security now. And maybe you may decide that you take Social Security and even work, rather than dipping into your retirement nest egg. That may make sense for you if that is what you're thinking. And then another reason that you may want to take Social Security at 62 is that you prioritize quality of life. Maybe you want to travel, spend time with family, pursue hobbies, or engage in volunteer work, and you don't know what's in the future and you don't want to wait any longer. And so these things are more important to you than the lower check you're going to receive if you take Social Security benefits early. So you are claiming Social Security at 62 so you can provide the financial support needed to enhance your retirement experience and focus on these other things that you prioritize or you think are more important to you. That may be a good reason why you would do it. Another reason why you would take Social Security at 62 is that you may get into your 60s and then you're finding it hard to find jobs, or there are health issues that are preventing you from working consistently, and so you're having a hard time staying in the workforce. That may be a reason why you may look at your expenses and realize that maybe taking Social Security early will give you the money you need to be able to afford your living situation. So that is a critical, important factor to consider when taking Social Security early, because you may have a challenge staying in a job or even finding a job. So those are the reasons why you may consider taking Social Security at age 62. But as I mentioned, the biggest reason why you should not is that you're going to get 30% less in income, and over a lifetime, on average, you're going to be losing $111,000. That is a big deal. So what are the other things you should consider? Well, retirees with children under 18 or disabled children may have reasons to start Social Security earlier. So that may be something that may not be on everybody's radar, but may be on your radar that makes you make that decision. Now, for each year past full retirement age that you delay, your benefits go up by 8%. So if your full retirement age is 66 and change, or 67, if you retire at 68 or 69, your benefits are gonna go up by 8%. And as I mentioned earlier, married couples should strategically think about what is going to do to a surviving spouse when they start early with Social Security, or if they delay the benefits later. Now, having said all this, here's something to think about. Your situation may be unique, and there are things that you face that I may not have mentioned that are unique to you. So that may impact whether you make a decision to take Social Security at age 62 or not. Also, there are plenty of online calculators that you can use, or you can go to a financial consultant that can help you put a package together and figure out all the permutations that you are considering that may make sense for you before you make a decision. Because this is not professional advice. So if you have, questions about, or you're agonizing about this decision, you should find somebody, a financial planner, that can help you with this. And some people may withdraw early, start Social Security early, and then may be able to stop it if they do so within less than a year. So you may start and realize that, I don't think this is a good idea. I want to delay. There is an option for some people to be able to do that. So it doesn't mean that once you pull the plug, it's the end of it. You may be able to stop it and stop the benefits. So that's something also to consider. So I hope that this has been very helpful to you in explaining the reasons why you should not take Social Security at age 62 and the reasons why you may consider to do so. If you are new to this channel, if you like what you heard, if you want to hear more videos like this, I want to urge you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and the notification button so that you'll be the first to know when we release new videos about anything that may impact your Social Security benefits or disability benefits in the future.